What's going on, crypto investors? My name is Nicholas Merton, and today on Data Dash, whereas I usually talk about the general market of things, I want to talk about something that's a little more specific to my mind right now. What's really got me, optimistic in this time of worry, of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So in the crypto market, we obviously know everything's a bloodbath right now. We know that Bitcoin has been at a dramatic sell-off from 3,000 to where it is right now at 1938, and even printing prices down to 1,800 earlier this evening. And we also know Ethereum is no exception either, going all the way to 400, then pulling back to around the low 100s area. I mean, this is some serious pullback we're getting in the cryptocurrency market, and it calls for a little bit of reason of fear, uncertainty, and doubt with this kind of price action. However, there has been one king that has remained optimistic through all of this and has remained a stable currency in times of fear, of bloodshed. And that is what I have on the screen, and that is Litecoin. So, as many of you know generally about cryptocurrencies, you probably know about Litecoin. You've probably heard about it before. It was really predominantly the second largest cryptocurrency when cryptocurrencies first started coming out. However, it remains in fourth place right now in the sense of dominance in the market, and it comes around a little bit above a $2 billion valuation at the current moment. Now, that valuation has pulled back this week. I don't want to say that it's excluded in the sense of losing a little bit of valuation. However, comparative to Bitcoin, which I'm going to show you right now, we've just broken close to all-time highs, at least on the close of Litecoin on a daily candle. And we're pretty much right back to the highs originally in price action. That is very optimistic. Not many altcoins can say they're doing that right now against Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been remaining not only as the dominant currency, but it's regaining dominance after the altcoin bubble has kind of popped recently. And even as Bitcoin pulls back, it has been remaining that dominance, and altcoins have been losing according to Bitcoin, or at least when being compared to Bitcoin. However, Litecoin is being the exception in this. And a lot of people are wondering, why is this? What makes Litecoin so great to do this? Well, before we get into that, I want to show you a little more confidence as well in the comparative to US dollars. A lot of people are wondering, what really gives the bullish signals in the sense of price action, at least for me. And I'll tell you what it is. It is the fact that it continuously does not want to go below the 50-day ever since it has started its major uptrend. And I'll show you this. This pink line right here represents the 50-day. Now, if you all don't know what a 50-day is, I just want to explain it real quick. The 50-day moving average is the last 50 days of price action put into a price point on the chart. And as you can see, each day, that level updates. Now, the reason why that is important is because it shows consistent confidence. And as we can watch the price action here, there's a bounce off the 50-day right here. And we see, a nice little travel to the side, a little bit of side action, but a little bit of movement up as well. And then it pulls back, and we get a double bounce off the 50-day. One here, and we get a rally. And then, of course, we get a pullback. And it doesn't even want to touch the 50-day. It looks like it was going towards it, but it said, no, we're not going to the 50-day. And then what happens is we have this nice little bounce up, and we have a bull flag, which is pretty much when there's a jump in the price action, a slight pullback, and then we have the rally. This is a very bullish signal. And we rally all the way to $57.75. Now, we've gotten the pullback, of course, in the sense of USD because Bitcoin has gone down in value. And that means that, Litecoin's going to probably go down comparative to US dollars as well. And it has. However, whereas today I said, I'll be honest, I was wrong in this sense. I'm going to completely admit. I know who out there in the finance world wants to admit they're wrong. I admit that today on one of my videos I called that Litecoin when it started to go on here that this was the day it was going to go to its 100-day. Now the 100-day operates just like the 50-day, but it's 100 days of price action. So in an uptrend, you tend to see it lower, and it's down here around $30. And I said that it's going to pull back to $30 in valuation. Now, it could still very well do that. However, I said today was the day it was going to drop and stay under there. I was wrong. I was wrong. And we saw a stellar rebound back into Litecoin, and it is now back above the 50-day. And a lot of people are calling that this could be a buying opportunity, and we could see its comparative Bitcoin valuation go up, meaning that the USD valuation is going to probably go up. And we could see a retest of the highs, even in this bloodbath of cryptocurrency, guys. So we're seeing absolute price strength here, guys. There is no cryptocurrency, you name it, a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, any coin that you can name off the chart, and there is no coin that at least has a decent market capitalization that is showing this kind of strength. And it's giving me vibes that it could, I'm not going to say it is going to be, but it's giving me vibes that Ethereum gave in its price action from the early stages, going up to around the $40, $50 price range and hanging around there and waiting for that explosion of adoption. And what's nice about Litecoin is it has a much more limited supply. We can go over here to Litecoin. It has a much more limited supply, and it's been a much more adopted in the sense of time-wise. Its time period of existing. Ethereum's a little bit newer. Litecoin has been around for a while, and it's getting upgrades. It has a good solid dev team, and that's not to say Ethereum doesn't have those things, but the fact that it checks out all those things, it has a decent market cap, so we're not just, trading a pump and dump coin here that has, $5 to $10 million in market cap. It has steady trading volume right now, over almost $500 million in trading volume. A circulating supply of 52 million coins out of the max supply of 84 million, meaning that there could be no more than 84 million. I mean, this is setting up to really be a coin that could be a great long-term investment. The limited supply coins are some of my favorite because as it goes amongst time, coins are harder to mine usually in the max supply coins, and Litecoin is no exception. It does get harder to mine, much like Bitcoin. So this means that as we move towards the max supply, it's going to be harder to mine, and it's going to be more in demand just to simply go out and buy it. So people are going to prefer rather than mining it, they're going to go out and buy the coin, which has been what's happening with Bitcoin in the sense of Bitcoin going to 3,000 comparative to where it was earlier this year, around $1,000. So the stars are really aligning with this. Now, the one thing that I always say that is extremely important in any coin's long-term potential, much like Ethereum has become adopted over the past few years, okay? Or especially over the past year. And it's been used by a variety of corporations, individuals, you name it. And people are really taking on almost like a cult to Ethereum. Whereas Litecoin is actually seeing quite a few signals in the same way. And I'm going to give you guys a few of those. One of the big ones that I really liked, and I've told you all about my interest in when cryptocurrencies go into Asian markets. The first coins to really be adopted in Asian markets are going to get a steady boost, and they're going to get a lot of fundamental valuation to them. Now, the reason that is because if these coins are being brought to exchanges, for example, in this case, Bitflyer, which is the largest Bitcoin exchange in Japan, they are now trading Litecoin as of July 12th, 2017. This is big news, guys. Asian adoption, especially in Japan, in China, is extremely important. Now, why is that? Well, cryptocurrencies are actually being adopted, and this makes me upset because it's happening in Japan and not in the United States. In Japan, over the next few months, and during I think the end of the summer there was an article that came out that said that over 200,000 stores, there's 200,000 or 600,000, some large number like that of stores are going to be accepting Bitcoin as a means of exchange. That's huge. That's really big. And that shows you, and these aren't just e-commerce sites, these are retail stores that are going to be accepting Bitcoin. What happens when Litecoin is accepted like that? We're seeing the early stages, and you have to think about it in the long term in this sense, but we're seeing that it's getting traded on Asian exchanges. And now that it's being traded on there, if the demand really gets picked up because of it, well, people are going to want to be using it at stores. And why not build the infrastructure for it? I think we're going to be seeing that phase in the next few months. And Charlie Lee, who is the creator of Litecoin, has really been leaving a steady track for Litecoin. Whereas many coins have kind of like presented their purpose and then they're just like, okay, well, that's it. Litecoin has been really trying to improve. And unlike Bitcoin, it has a team of developers, much like Ethereum. So as Litecoin continues to be adopted, another sign that I want to talk about with adoption is Athena Bitcoin ATMs. Now, Athena Bitcoin ATMs are actual physical ATMs where you can purchase cryptocurrencies. And they just started now selling Litecoins at Athena ATMs. So that's another scalable sense of adoption. And as Athena Bitcoin ATMs expand, that's good for Litecoin because it is now a part of that expansion. So we really just have to view it in the long-term perspective of that. And guys, this is the real kicker. I know I have to go back to this, and I don't want to ramble on forever because I know you guys got to get on with your days, but I got to really emphasize this. The fact that Litecoin is right now going against the tide of red, and it is one of the few altcoins that is going against Bitcoin and has a steady valuation behind it with good volume, guys, that is a signal a signal that this could be a very good long-term hold over the next year, over the next 2 years, as we continue to see which cryptocurrencies are going to dominate. And with a $2 billion valuation, guys, you know, I'll be honest in first saying it, when Ethereum was at $1 or $2 billion in valuation, I thought people were crazy. I thought people were crazy for saying that it was going to go higher. I thought it was ridiculous at the time. But the reason I thought that was because I was thinking in the short term and I wasn't thinking long term. And this is where we have to look at these type of coins, the steady coins, the good coins that have actual fundamental value behind them, good dev teams, actual goals they're trying to meet. Litecoin is no exception, and I wouldn't turn away with it with a blind eye. So definitely keep your eyes on Litecoin. I'm not going to say go out and spend your entire life on it, your entire savings on it. Don't do that. However, give Litecoin a chance. Look into it and start learning a little bit about the technologies. And if you guys have any other coins you want me to cover, please leave a comment below, and I will try to give a fundamental video that covers it does a fundamental analysis on the technology of the coin and the potential for the long term. So anyways, guys, that is it for me here at Data Dash. My name is Nicholas Merton, and I will see you all in the next video.